Look at this, we got a monocled cobra. Since you all love the tin flipping compilation, I've now got a compilation of my best road cruising finds. I honestly reckon this video has some much cooler finds than the tin flipping compilation, and it also shows some of my all-time favorite finds. From taipans and cobras to cassowaries and orangutans, there is so much diversity in this video. Make sure you stick around to the end because I've got my all-time favorite find at the end of the video. All right, we just pulled onto the road. And look at that, there is one of the main targets for the night, on dusk, prime time, an adult rough-scaled snake. And look at the head flare on him, he's not happy. That is so good. That was the main reason we pulled down this road, was because it's better for roughies down here and it's paid off. That is so sick. Oh my God, that is the nicest hatchling mulga. Oh my God, that's nice. Look at how nice this tiny little baby is. This is easily the smallest mulga I've ever seen, and its colors are so vivid. It stood out so well on the road. You could see what it was as soon as you could see the snake. You could just see that glowing red on the road. How awesome is that? 2 brigalow mulgas so far tonight. Yeah. Is it still there?
Can I pull over here?
Oh, yeah.
Can I pull over here?
Yeah, pull in. Dude, cassowary straight away.
Oh, you're joking. Oh, bro, it's from running a car, is it?
Holy cow. Oh my God. Dude. Literally just as we were about to get back to our accommodation to call it quits for road cruising and head into the jungle, first Synodon of the trip. This was a massive target while we were out here, and they were just in the back of my mind because I've been thinking about cobras, but this is sick. This is a decent sized Synodon too. Like, not anywhere near as big as they'll get, but no, tonight we found 2 of them. That's sick.
Must be the night for them.
Banded wolf snake. This is the second one that we've got tonight. They look so similar to the Malayan crates, the banded Malayan crates, but these guys are completely harmless. They're in the same genus as the common wolf snakes that we saw in Komodo. Look at this. Second diamond python of the night. That is a nice looking little diamond python. Number 2 for the night. How good. What a cracker. Sick. The first brigalow shingleback I've ever seen. Oh my God. Oh, what a cutie. Oh, look at his little defense.
Yeah, I thought I saw something move.
Yeah, they just look like a blob. Just slowly moving across the road.
That's mad.
That is sick. Next snake of the night. It's been a while since we've stopped for a snake. Tiny little red nape on the road. It's nearly 10 o'clock. And the temperatures are still 30 degrees. It's cooking. Yeah, this is a pretty standard size one. They don't get very big at all. Next reptile of the night after like 2 more hours since the last stop is this heaps cute little pink tongue skink. It's a good find for this area too. I've never seen one up here before.
It is a python.
Big python on the road. Solid carpet python out on the road in the late afternoon. That is awesome. This was a really nice snake too, real solid and healthy in comparison to the first one we got last night that was a bit more underweight. This thing's got a big head on it, but he's just cruised off across the road. So just gonna make sure he gets up this embankment and leave him to it. Geez, that is awesome. What a snake. Just after the roughie, chucked a U-banger, and there's that adult death adder that I said I wanted tonight. That is a good looking snake. That is a real good looking snake. A nice grey coloration. We're close to the beach. And yeah, the road is cooking. Oh, they're such a good snake. Even though they're common in the area, just such a beautiful species. So we just started road cruising to get to this next gorge we're gonna spotlight in to change it up a bit. And we've got one of the usual suspects for the area. Centralian knobtail gecko, Nephurus amiae. I think the biggest species of knobtail in the genus. This is actually not a very big one. They're a pretty large gecko, especially for the Nephurus genus. And They're literally the bulldogs of the gecko world. They have big buffy heads, and for their size, they've got a strong bite. You would hate to be on the menu for one of these lizards. All right, so we have the 4th mulga snake for the night. It's after midnight, 23 degrees. It's windy as, coming out of this grassy habitat where all the mulgas tonight have been found. There we go. Scrub python. Probably a 2, it might be a 3 metre-y. Nah, probably 2.5. It's a bit chunky, this one. How good. Scrub python. That's actually quite a chunky snake. That could be a 3 metre-y. Heading back home after a mad walk through the rainforest. We've got this, I think it's about a 3 metre scrub python. This is probably the biggest I've seen, and it's quite chunky. He's in this dodgy spot on the road, so we're gonna have to quickly get him off, but that is so sick. It's another species for the night. This is a nice adult, healthy snake. Some subtle speckling on him, not too much. Nowhere near as much as they can get. They can get really speckled. Like, they look like a completely different species to what this is. They're an awesome snake, very common in the brigalow. Probably the most common larger lapid in the brigalow. That's a nice little spotted black. That's a nice little spotted black. Second spotted black of the night. He's got a lot more flecks and speckles, and that's expected because he's younger. They sort of fade a little bit with age, but that's mad. He's like, what, I don't know, 1.5 foot long. Smallest spotted black we've seen tonight. And it's the biggest mulga of the night, 4 foot long. It's chunky. It's very vocal. Hear that hiss? Look at that. Sensual bluey. Woohoo! Yes! Stevens. Woohoo! That is a good snake.
Oh, it's a good size.
That is a good snake. I don't think I've ever had a night where the Stevens bandit is the first snake of the night, but it's worked out like that today. The herp gods have been on our side, and we have this beautiful adult Stevens banded snake, Hoplocephalus stevensii. Despite being really common throughout the rainforests in eastern New South Wales and Queensland, I haven't seen many Stevens bandeds at all, so that's why I was really excited to get up here and try and find some. And yeah, tonight, first snake of the night, Stevens banded is so good. Right there, he'll go straight up that tree. That is the first frill neck I've ever road cruised.
God.
Wow. Look at that. There is a beautiful big male frilly. We lost that one earlier, but this big guy has stuck around. They are such an insane, impressive lizard. One of the most iconic Australian species, and this is the first one that I've ever road cruised in my life. They are honestly one of the craziest looking lizards with that frill. They're like that dinosaur from Jurassic Park. Gonna let him go, and we're gonna see what else is out. That is awesome. Look at that, another mulga snake. They are moving. Don't go getting away, buddy.
He's dark as well.
Nice little mulga. 2 in quick succession, that is sick.
Sweet as.
He's out of here. Another snake, I don't know what this one is. Oh, it's another mulga. Oh, actually, you're just watching forage.
500 meters away.
Yeah, what the hell, the mulgas are pumping now.
That's 3 in like 10 minutes.
I just saw him lifting his head up like a wormer on the road.
You said that, I know shit.
Yeah. Wow, that's the biggest mulga so far.
Yeah, yeah.
Far out, that's good.
That's mad.
I literally just said 7 mulgas we've seen so far this trip. Make that 8, boy. Well, holy shit, there it is. There's the first snake of the night on dusk. A good sized olive python. We're on the board now with this beautiful olive python. For the species, it's nowhere near as big as they can get. It's probably about 2 meters long. They get to like above 3 meters. Not commonly, but it does happen. But they're just so solid. Compared to a scrub python of this size, this thing would be double the girth. That is the main target of the night. Boiga irregularis, the night tiger, and that thing is absolutely gorgeous. Look at the red and whites on this thing. That is bug in the nose. The night tiger form of these snakes are ridiculously stunning, and this is easily my favorite species in the entire world. Golden tree snake, come here. All right, the night is off to a cracking start with this beautiful gold phase common tree snake. Up in the top end, you get these beautiful golden variants of the common tree snake, and they are honestly stunning. This is the first live one that I've ever seen active. I've only ever seen one before this, and it was sleeping in a branch, but to see it now on sunset is so sick. That's what we were walking around hoping to see this afternoon. It is so sick to be able to see it, and like, look at the blue flares behind his neck as well. This snake is stunning, but it's prime time, so we're not going to spend long with him. We don't have long tonight. Oh my God, 1 a.m. coming back. We've got a blood python. He is warm. Holy that's sick. This is the first significant snake of the night, but we're like 400 meters from our accommodation. We went for a 2-hour drive to go to this mad herp spot. We got kicked out after an hour, so we came back here, and yeah, we were just about to, like, we called it a night as we were coming back, but least expecting it. I'm dozing asleep in the front seat and just looked up ahead, and this blood python is sitting, this Bornean short-tailed python is sitting on the road with this owl as well, just like staring at it on the road. These things are so weird. Like, they're literally like a death adder as a python. They strike so fast with so much power. Driving around this afternoon, the past few times that you've seen me checking in, I'd been driving some roads looking for death adders with no luck. But today, we weren't joking, we were talking about the possibility of finding a death adder. And look at this thing. This is the nicest Sydney red death adder. Look at the black bands on this thing. It is actually one of the most stunning snakes. And at this particular spot, I've been going so hard for death adders over the past 2 years and turned up absolutely nothing. But today just felt perfect, and I actually am speechless. This thing is so sick. Look at the flattening on it. Gorgeous Sydney red common death adder. They've got those big triangle shaped heads, and you can get the red and the grey animals, but these red death adders are literally next level. That is so cool. We're on a bit of a sketchy bend, and I don't have my camera, but I don't really care, to be honest. I am beyond stoked. Today, this is the 6th snake species that we've turned up today. Oh, it is nice. Yes.
It's not the same. That's bigger, isn't it?
We just walked for like an hour and a half trying to get a broadhead. There is a cracking broadheaded snake, and this is the first time I've ever road cruised a broadhead, and this is a really nice one. So I am very, very, very excited. And it's a good sized snake. There we go. First snake since we started cruising this morning. A little lesser black whip snake. Dementia vestigiata. How good. He's actually pretty chill. Sick. How good is that? Collared whip snake. Dementia torquata. This was, I don't know. I didn't think that we were going to see this snake. I've tried for these so many times, and this is the 2nd species of Dementia for the morning. But have a look at that. That is sick. That's a stunning whip snake, eh? Like the blue head and the orange neck.
Oranges up.
So nice. So thin as well. That is epic. Yeah, boy. Oh my God, we got a warmer. Oh my God. We've got the snake that we came for, that we've been going so hard for. The time is 9:30 and we've got our target. Now we can go back to the other place where the high numbers of snakes are. This is what we came for, Brigalow Loma python. This area is so good for them. And we drove down here, we found this bit of habitat that we thought looked good, and we've just been lapping it up and down. I cannot believe we got a Loma python. All right, we're gonna take some photos and come back when we're done. So we were cruising along, and we saw something doing this super weird walk across the road. I thought it was a cane toad at first, jumped out. Look at this, hatchling freshie, just strutting along the road like he owns the place. That is sick. I've never road cruised a young little freshie like this. Tiny. Oh yes, that's a jungle. Oh yes, that is a stunning jungle. Oh yes, we just pulled out of the car park. Oh my God, that's a beautiful snake. The target for the night ticked off as soon as we left that other spot for the frogs. We're still half an hour from where we were going to go look for jungle carpets, and we fluked this one just on the edge of the rainforest where it meets the paddocks. I cannot believe it. This stunning juvenile jungle carpet python. I've never seen one. I've been up here I've done like 5 trips up to Cairns, and I've only ever seen one DOR, and it is such a beautiful snake. Oh. That is a sight to behold. Black-headed python. He's just come out of the swamp. Oh, that's sick. Oh, they hear him hissing?
That's sick.
That is sick. Oh my god, look at that. Scampering across the road and instantly we knew what it was. Alright, we just grabbed some photos of this beautiful thorny devil. We think this is maybe a female, a large female. She looks quite fat in the stomach. This is also probably the biggest thorny that I've seen. That is such a sick sight to see on the road after going so hard for what felt like forever up and down this dirt road. Yeah, we also thought we were a bit early. But yeah, 38 degrees, mid-afternoon. This beautiful thorny is out on the road. And it could not have been a better sight.
Yes!
Oh my god! Straight away, inland taipan.
Holy
Look
shit,
at
it's
it.
huge!
Alright, so I just checked in to say that we have a short window of time and we're going down to where those taipan sheds are. We haven't even made it to where the taipan sheds are, and here is our target species, the inland taipan. The sun hasn't even risen and this beautiful snake was just crossing the road already. This is the snake that we came all this way to look for, and getting up early this morning has paid off. I had a feeling that they'd be on the move at first light this morning given how hot it's been lately, and there it is, the inland taipan, one of the most famous snakes in the world. That's a death adder. It's rugosus. How good. Out in the rain, rough-scaled death adder. So this is the first snake of the night, and this is the rough-scaled death adder, Acanthopus rugosus. You would have seen several of these in the previous video. We had that crazy night where we saw like 9 of them or something. This one's quite a different looking one, quite a darker coloration. So we just road cruised this beautiful western pygmy mulga snake. Just after I did that video, this is one of the targets for tonight, and we're not even on dark yet. Our mates drove through in front of us and their car must have spooked him out onto the road behind him. He just crossed right in front of us. It was so unexpected. I thought it was a black whip snake at first, but this is, in my opinion, a lot better than a black whip snake. A very nice boiga. Oh, he's got a feed in his belly. How good. That I said I wanted to see a second boiga tonight, and there it is. He's got something fresh in his belly. So we aren't going to muck with this one too much, but that is the second night tiger of the night, and this is going to be the last snake as well.
Copstein's bronze back.
Oh,
That's
pretty.
sick. I lost my sunnies.
Holy. Road cruising down the new road. Look at this. Copstein's bronzeback. That is a stunning snake. This has probably been the most bitey snake that I've ever seen, but that's alright because this thing is stunning. The area that we're in right now, Copstein's bronzebacks are not common at all. These are my favourite bronzeback of all of the species you get in Southeast Asia. The stunning red neck on them, those bright blue scales. This thing is awesome.
Wow!
Orangutan crossing the road. Oh, wow. That was a freaking huge.
Another one.
Where? So, we were driving the road back out and I spotted a huge water monitor sitting in the middle of the road. Look behind him, and this massive male orangutan was crossing the road behind him. And then on this side, there's another small one as well. Look at him, he's shaking all the branches. Look at this, we got a monocled cobra. No way.
Yes. That is a big monocled.
Oh. Maybe jump. So, the biggest target of the trip now, any cobra species. And we would just, this is our last lap of this road. We did not expect it. The rain this afternoon has brought out a beautiful, massive monocled cobra, Nyakuthia. This is exactly what we were hoping to see out here. This is awesome.